Let me go, let me go, let me go far. Taste all your...
Hi loves. So to start off my foundation routine, I use 2 pumps of this foundation, and with the Real Techniques buffing brush, I just stipple it all over my face, blending it into my skin. Now this foundation does oxidize, so it will get darker within about an hour or so. I also like to make sure that I cover up my eyelids so that I have a blank canvas for my eyeshadow. And I like to drag the foundation down to my neck and blend it in, because my neck is much darker than the rest of my body. With my concealer, I just dot it on my face so that I kind of look like an Indian, and with that same brush I lightly stipple it and buff it into my skin, and I use the extra concealer just on my T-zone to highlight it. Now if I'm going for a highlighted look, I always use NC45, but for a natural look I'll use NW45. To set this concealer, I use my Topaz Powder, and I pour it into the cap because that preserves the product. And using a very old crown brush, I pat that into anywhere on my face where I applied concealer. I also use the Ebony powder in the cap, and I use yet another Real Techniques brush, and I chisel out my cheekbones, but I'm also going to drag this down to my jawline to create that nice E, and then I'm going to buff it around my hairline and in my temple. Lastly, I'm just going to use any excess product that I have on my brush to lightly contour my nose. Lastly, I use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish with a very fluffy, soft Sigma brush, and I set the remainder of my face with that powder. After I'm done with this, I go ahead and move on to my eyes, cheeks, and mascara, and this is the finished look, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.